Well, you know, we were playing with it last night.
Yeah.
I started to get a bit suspicious. This thing's got a blown head gasket. With the Blitz, I've been a little bit concerned about some of the motor condition. When we first got it, it had a sump full of emulsified oil, which makes the oil look like cream. And that's a sign that possibly there's water getting into the oil, and it's not a good thing. Now, we addressed that as best we could with a motor that really didn't run properly. Now that we're getting out here in the desert, it's starting to run harder, it's doing some work and so on over an extended period of time. We've started to find that there's water disappearing down into the oil. So I'm pretty sure we've got a blown head gasket. So we put a bottle on the bottom of the breather from the motor to see what's coming out, and it turns out water's coming out. Well, that's a bad thing. That really does mean water is getting into the motor. So we're going to probably have to do the head gasket. So I had to make the call about how we were going to manage this situation, and I decided the safest way to preserve the motor was to tow the vehicle, flat tow it. Now we're in the middle of nowhere on the Birdsville track, and it wasn't really a spot where we could just park up and camp until a tow truck could come and get us. So we decided to flat tow it. Doing that comes with its challenges, and it really is not an ideal situation. You don't want to be flat towing vehicles unless you really have to.
And as much as I would have loved to continue driving, I've got to appreciate also that Matt's here to make sure we get across the desert. So I had to put that disappointment aside and sit there and go, you know what? Let's just tow it in. Let's do the right thing. Let's get it all fixed up, and that will mean that we're going to have a much better drive across the desert. So we're about 40 k's down the road, and I thought Birdsville is not going to have a head gasket for a 1943 Blitz. So who better to call than my Uncle Pete? Now that's Jesse's dad. He is so resourceful when it comes to parts for cars, and he's also got Jesse and myself out here about to cross the desert. I knew that he would be onto it quick smart, and he definitely did that.